Okay, so today we're going to learn a little bit more about 5-paragraph writing. On the board we have a writing example, and you can see the topic is listening. Listening is always a huge thing for third graders to learn how to do at the beginning of the year. It's just always that way and probably always will be. But once they learn how to listen, then everything becomes super easy because, of course, if you want to learn, you really have to listen. But let's just take a look at the introduction or the beginning, or we could even call it an opening. It says, "Today we will be learning about listening. It is one of the keys to becoming an awesome learner." Okay? So in the introduction or the beginning, remember, you always are introducing what it is that you're talking about. So when you read that, you can clearly see that they're learning about listening. That's what it's going to be about, learning about listening. Now, remember, for your middle, sometimes called the body, you're going to have 3 big ideas. Okay? Big ideas are things that you find to be some of the most important things that go along with that topic. So let's read the next paragraph. This is a middle, so it's got to have a big idea. Let's see if we can figure out what the big idea is. One way to help yourself listen better is to sit up straight and tall. Scientific studies have shown that slouching children do not learn as efficiently. Therefore, good posture should always be on your mind. What do you think is the big idea that was chosen for that first of the middle paragraphs? If you said, sit up straight and tall, you are correct. So that's what that whole paragraph was about, sitting up straight and tall. It helps you listen. Okay, here's the next of the middle paragraphs. Let's see if we can figure out what this big idea is. Another way to listen more effectively is to watch with your eyes. Anyone knows from past experiences that you hear others more clearly if you are making eye contact. So be confident. Look them in the eye. So think about what you think that big idea is. If you said, watch with your eyes, you are correct. That whole paragraph was about watching with your eyes and how it helps you become a better listener. Now I'm going to scroll up so we can get to this last of the middle paragraphs, and we'll go through this real quick. So hold tight. Okay, so this is the beginning of the last big idea paragraph, the last middle or body paragraph. Last but not least, you need to listen with your ears. To do this, the mouth must not be in use. It is nearly impossible to talk and listen at the same time. Use those strange-looking objects on the side of your head. You will be glad you did. So what do you think that big idea is? If you said, listen with your ears, that would be correct. That's another thing that you need to do in order to be a good listener. Okay? So we have our beginning, middle, middle, middle. That's 4 paragraphs. Now the 5th one is called your ending or your conclusion. Okay? It brings it to a close. You don't ever say the end anymore in 3rd grade. That's not a good ending whatsoever. Let's just review the different types of endings. First, there's a circular one. It kind of repeats what you talk about in the beginning. A second choice is a summary, and that repeats your big ideas. It repeats those. Another type of ending is called emotional. It shows, you're happy, you're sad, showing some sort of emotion. And then the last one is called unfinished. That's a to be continued. It leaves you wondering. There's going to be a sequel. Okay? Let's see if we can figure out what kind of ending this is. Tune in next time to learn about proper behavior at recess. It will help you stay away from those unwanted consequences. Okay? So, do you think it's circular? Do you think it's summary? Do you think it's emotional? Or do you think it's unfinished? If you said it's an unfinished ending, you are correct. Tune in next time. That means they're going to keep on writing these. Whoever wrote this, they're going to keep on writing. Next time they're going to write about recess. Okay? So that would be an example of an unfinished ending. And it's a fairly easy kind to do as long as you practice it. One more thing before I sign out for today. Remember, each time you start a paragraph, you indent. Look how it's dented in. See how it's farther in than the rest of them? If this was a lined piece of paper, all of these would be on the line, but the first line of the paragraph is dented in. That's called indenting. You see how this paragraph is indented? It's dented in. And then the rest of the lines are where that pink line would be. So don't forget to indent the first and only the first line of every paragraph. So that's just some more learning about your 5 paragraph writings.